Greetings, flesh wound horror freaks, and welcome to a brand new episode of Flesh Wound Horror. Pugs already showing off that 4K. I didn't know that was out yet.
Just got it in the mail today. Howard the Duck 4K. Fuck
nice, yeah. Nice. That's Pugs Dread. He is a Howard the Duck fan.
What's up?
And that is Mike Kruger.
What's up, you sick motherfuckers?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what you were showing there, Pugs. I was like, oh shit, did I forget something? And I was
like, Todd just gave it 5 stars. He's being God today, so he's occupied.
Todd is a benevolent God. Well, I haven't watched the 4K yet. I think I got to grab it at Walmart, I guess. I forgot to pre-order it, but that's pretty cool.
I want to get the Steelbook.
I got that coming too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a while, so I'm kind of curious. Does it look good?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, you haven't. Yeah. Okay.
But I was very happy with this, and it comes with black. You got a digital code already put to use. Solid.
Nice.
Happy guy.
All right. We got a bunch of new reviews for you guys today. And I'm sure we'll have a Howard the Duck one coming for you at some point.
Todd is already blaspheming, saying, wait, I don't exist. To some, no.
Oh, yeah. You're God. You don't speak literally. You're just out there in the clouds.
Does that make me Joan of Arc?
Yeah.
You're like the Easter Bunny. It's okay.
We can have like that God versus like Vince McMahon. Like you need to have like lightning, Todd, like in the middle while we're talking at some point. Something. You need to do like God powers since you're God tonight. Something. I don't know. Cause a plague. Do something.
Anyways, the movies tonight.
Movies. All right, we'll get right into it. Why not? So our first film for the evening is from director William Bell and is called Separation. In Separation, a young girl mourning the death of her mother starts to see creatures based on her father's unsettling art come to life. All right. Always excited for anything with Brian Cox in it. He doesn't do crap. Like he's somewhat still a rare character actor that's somewhat choosy. Usually when he pops up in something, you're at least getting quality. It's not always the greatest movie in the world, but something of quality. Rupert Friend, big fan of his. He was the Hitman, I believe, in Hitman 2, and several other films. So good cast. I was fairly excited for this one. You've seen it all before. It's well made. This is just another one of those movies. It's like, man, I'm going to forget about it in 2 weeks. I get well made, just very forgettable. I thought the young actress did a very good job, very sympathetic. It does everything that it needs to do. It just doesn't go beyond. It's typical sort of paranormal stuff. I had a huge issue that the twist in this is so obvious to the point that I was like, oh wait, that has to be a red herring. And yeah, it's just so obvious you're all going to guess what it is. And that also blunted it a little bit because you're so far ahead of the plot progression. And I'll do a little more bitching about this in a second. But Kruger, what did you think?
You already said the acting is, it's pretty solid all around. And the story, like, when it starts off with the family divorce drama, I was okay, I guess. Wasn't like all that interesting to me, to be honest with you. But once Maggie's death happened, I started to get my attention a little bit. And then, the paranormal elements come into play. And I got to say, watching Twisty Troy do his thing as a fucking mime, that was pretty dope to see. I love him as a character actor. And like just watching him contort his body, that was definitely the highlight of the whole movie for me. Unfortunately, he's only in like 2 scenes and basically has a minute of screen time. So everything else, I honestly didn't really fucking care for. It was your like you already said, it's your typical run of the mill stuff. And you've seen it done better 1,000 times. The twist at the end, you said, right on, like completely obvious, and it like really one of the most predictable things I've seen in a while. So that definitely like brought like my negative rating already down like another big peg. And I think outside of just watching Troy do his thing, this ain't fucking worth even bothering to waste your time on. I also think it was a little too long. Like, we totally could have cut like a half hour of this bullshit out and not make this journey so painful. But unfortunately it was, and it's definitely one of the shittier movies I've seen this year. I'm glad I didn't see it in theaters.
How about you, Pugs? Let's see if we get some love for Separation.
I think you guys enjoyed it more than me, actually.
Oh, shit.
I was kind of bored. I'm like, everyone was doing their job to the best of their ability. The little girl stood out the most. I think maybe if we would have like followed her throughout the whole movie instead of her stupid dad, I probably would have cared more. But you'd think I'd be all about this with the art and like the creepiness, but everyone was just, it was just like they barely even tried for me. I don't know. I didn't really care for it. I was kind of checking out. Like, I wish this would fucking end already. So I don't like it.
It also, even the dad, I know his character obviously, you know, starts to come around somewhat, but kind of a dipshit. The mother, the father, completely unlikable, even when maybe you're supposed to come around on them.
Oh no, dude! Like, when Maggie's death happens, and that's not a spoiler because it's in the fucking trailer. I was like, yeah, fuck that bitch.
Yeah, no, it's in the description too, so you're good. But yeah, no, I was just like, man, I don't know. It didn't quite pull at the heartstrings. It's not scary, like you said. We get a couple cool looking, you know, drawings come to life, but it's so brief. They just pop up to show their face, and that's it.
Yeah, Troy was like the only thing. Like, I wish this would, because like watching the trailer, I thought this was going to be about a little girl being haunted by him, because that's what kind of the trailer gave me the vibe of. I didn't know it was going to be like all these other entities coming to life. And I would have preferred just watching him chase that little girl around the house the fucking whole time. Like, I'm in for that, man. Like, I love that dude to death, and I think what he does is so fucking cool. So like, you could have did that all creepy moments with him and would have had like a way better fucking movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, and waiting to the end on this one to make that obvious reveal, because I kept thinking, I'm like, they must be going to do something completely off the wall and different, because that's just too obvious. And they did. It's cookie cutter. It's painfully cookie cutter. But again, the acting is great. So this is going to be perfectly passable for some of you. It's just, man, I can't think of, there's so many other similar films that you can watch that are better. I mean, this is below even most of the theatrical, like, paranormal type stuff I've seen recently. It's just not
it reminded me of like on par with like The Unholy almost. Like, it was pretty fucking like same level.
Yeah, it's about right there. So yeah, I don't have a whole lot else to say about this, so we'll go ahead and rate it. So we rate on a scale of 0 to 5 stars, and this one gets a 1 for me. Competently acted, shot, but that's about it. You don't need to watch it. What say you guys?
1 for a twisty Troy. That's the only reason it's getting a 1. Because without him, this movie would have got a fat fucking 0. But I love that dude. Keep putting him in more horror movies. What about you, Pugs?
I'll give it a 1. I'll be generous. I was thinking about a 0.5 or a 0, but you know, they did show up, and the movie looks nice. Like, they know what they're doing. They just need to tell a better story. So 1.
Yeah.
And Flesh Wound Todd. I'm the unfortunate one who saw this in the theaters. 1 out of 5 stars. Sucker.
I would have been pretty pissed if I went to the theaters and wasted like my free ticket I get a month for my movie subscription. I'd be pretty furious, and I almost fucking did. So, but you saved me, Todd, actually, because you brought up how shitty Separation was in the Unholy review. So,
yeah. Well, let's see if we have any better luck with our next film, which is this one is from director Sean Linden, and this is called Hunter Hunter, which follows a family living in the remote wilderness, earning a living as fur trappers. Joseph, his wife Anne, and their daughter Renee excuse me, struggle to make ends meet and think their traps are being hunted by the return of a rogue wolf. Determined to catch the predator in the act, Joseph leaves his family behind to track the wolf, and Anne and Renee grow increasingly anxious during Joseph's prolonged absence and struggle to survive without him. When they hear a strange noise outside of their cabin, Anne hopes it's Joseph, but instead finds a man named Lou who has been severely injured and left for dead. Things are not as they appear to be. All right, so Hunter Hunter is a new film from IFC Midnight.
It came out last year towards like, I think it was like December. But the reason we're reviewing it tonight is because it just got a Scream Factory Blu-ray. And
yes.
And also I'd seen this. I think, had any of you guys seen this before tonight?
I didn't.
No.
Okay, yeah, because I saw it back when it first came out. I watched it around the time I saw Alone, and I was pretty shocked how like nobody had talked about this one. So definitely interested to see what you guys think.
So yeah, I was curious about this. It's not necessarily exactly what you think it's going to be from the description. I really enjoyed Camille Sullivan, who plays Anne, the mom. I thought really powerful performance. I was really kind of just expecting like a wilderness survival type flick, which it is to a degree, but it's a little more than what you expect from that description. And I will say the final act gets a lot more fucked up than you would expect. I mean, it went hard, actually, like very hard.
Send him home happy.
Yeah, damn. Nick Stahl's been popping up again in a lot of stuff recently. He was just on Fear the Walking Dead and playing a lot of villainous characters lately, and different, if not villainous, very fucked up in certain ways. And yeah, so it's, I don't know if I would call this a gore film per se, at least not from beginning to end, but when it hits, yeah, it goes there a lot more than I was expecting. The acting top to bottom, really good. I had some issues, some logical issues here and there. It's one of those movies where particularly when something's discovered, hard to believe that you wouldn't, say something at that.
With them being like wilderness people, I kind of buy it. We can get into that in spoilers, but I get you.
Maybe like, logical's not the way to go. It's a scream at the TV kind of thing, like, what the fuck? But yeah, you can argue that.
I wouldn't have said shit though. I would have had like what Instagram selfies all over the fucking place.
Damn. Well, what did you think, Pugs?
This movie held my interest, and I was not invested until the very end. So like I was going in like this. Everything looks good. Sala's fucking owning. The mom rules. The daughter. Yeah, I cared about everybody except like the mountain. The cops, or wherever the fuck they were, they were annoying as shit. But dude, once shit went down, I'm like, oh, this is what I was waiting for. And that last bite to end the meal, holy fuck! I'm like, yeah, you guys, that's cool. Anyone that has, I would recommend this to anyone and everyone. It is definitely worth watching. Highly recommend.
The ending definitely raises it up a bit. What did you think, Kruger?
Yeah, so like I said, I was impressed with this back when I first saw it, and I was really shocked it didn't make anybody's top 5. But yeah, beautifully shot film. I thought the setting of the forest too, like, really complemented the cinematography. Had also like a really good atmospheric soundtrack that set the mood pretty well in a lot of scenes. The characters, I found them likable. And I thought the acting was really well done, especially by Camille Sullivan, like you already said, Dan. Her performance really stood out, especially towards the end, with how much like intensity she had in her performance. Man, like that was fucking amazing. The story, you know, it kind of is a slow burn at times. Like I think the first 40 minutes or so when we're learning about the family, it's a little slow, but you know, I was interested just to see how, you know, they're living off the land, selling their pelts, and you know, now they're struggling because their trade's not making that much money anymore. Found all that pretty compelling. And then, you know, from there, when we start to build this mystery, you know, with this rogue wolf and what the, you know, father ends up finding, searching for this thing, and you know, then he goes missing, and the family having to deal with him not be there to provide for the things that he did for them. It was interesting to see how they were dealing with that. But and like I said, that portion maybe toward 2 drags a little bit, but goddamn, does it bring it back around with the final act. I really liked the twist a lot. I thought that, you know, was pretty cool, especially the first time I saw it. You know, it's a little bit different now watching and knowing, you know, what the twist is. But yeah, man, that fucking ending, so brutal, some really nice gore. Unfortunately, I think maybe a lot of people will probably, you know, may want to check out before you're at that ending. But for me, it made the fucking journey very much worth it, and enough for me to want to pick up the Blu-ray and have it in my collection, because I think this is a film I could just show like because it seems like a pretty tame horror film, and then boom, you know, some real shit hits the fan at the end, and you get the true horror.
I also think what they didn't show is pretty powerful, like letting her face, you know, really convey the way the ending was done perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, just being the sick fuck that I am, I would have liked to see that, but you know,
I will
what
take
she saw.
7 gore. I'll take Aftermath, no problem with that. Yeah. But we can get in that in spoilers because I'm with everybody. It works, but the sicko in me is like, let me get a little more.
Yeah, we definitely need to. I have actually a lot to talk about in spoilers. So without further ado, why don't we rate it?
Absolutely.
So me, I'm a 4 out of 5. I really like this one a lot, and I love the fucking ending. What about you, Pugs?
I think 4 is fair. I almost gave it a 4.5 just for the ending. But it takes a little too long to get there. But man, I'm telling you, fucking sit down and enjoy this shit. What about you, Dan?
I'm a 4 as well. Couple nitpicky things, but overall, like, this is definitely worth your time.
Right on. And Todd, because it ended so strong, 4 out of 5 stars for him.
There you go. God has spoken.
Yeah, when I watched this too, it was right around the time I had watched Alone. And like that, it was actually a double with Alone. And while I did like Alone, I didn't like it as much as this, because this gave me what Alone didn't. So I good double feature though.
I think this is a better movie. I mean, I think Alone's a better movie, but if Alone had this ending,
yeah,
blow it out of the fucking water.
Yeah, 5 stars. Yeah,
good shit all around.
Absolutely. All right. So moving on to our next film, which I know we were excited about from our trailer reaction show a while back. Which if you haven't listened to that, go back and check it out. I thought it was fun.
Hold on. For me, I thought it was the sex trafficking movie, so I was a little let down off the bat.
Well, we'll talk about that in a minute, but yeah, so this is Till Death from director S.K. Dale, and this one, Emma, played by Megan Fox, is stuck in a stale marriage to Mark and is surprised when he whisks her away to the secluded lake house for a romantic evening on their 10th anniversary. But everything changes the next morning when she finds herself handcuffed to Mark's dead body. Trapped and isolated in the dead of winter, Emma learns that this is only the beginning of Mark's twisted plan, and to survive, she must fight the hired killers coming to finish her off. All right. So, Till Death, what did you think, Kruger?
Oh, I didn't watch this one.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. So...
Yeah, just disclaimer, I saw the trailer for this and I was like, I'm after the last Megan Fox movie I fucking saw, I'm not watching this shit. So you guys
does that mean you're a no for Rogue 2?
Fuck off.
Sure.
What did you think, Pugs?
This movie could have used a fucking tiger. That's for damn sure. Megan Fox can't carry a movie by herself, so she should not have been cast as like the beginning of Molly's game, because that's what it kind of felt. Gerald's game. I'm sorry. That's what it kind of felt like.
Yeah.
But I would much rather watch Gerald's game. That movie's fucking awesome. I like KG Beast. I don't know his real name, but he was in BVS. He played the Russian, and like he was a cool villain. I like him and everything. I wish this movie was better. I wish I spent my time doing something better. However, it's not like the worst thing I've ever seen. It's just there's better shit out there, and I was let down already because I thought she was gonna get sex trafficked. So, and then there was a moment where it could have happened and it didn't. And I was like, this movie sucks. But yeah, okay, grading it just on this movie. You've seen it before, and you've seen it done better. I'll pass. What about you, Mr. Dan?
So it's funny. I think we all agree we'd rather Megan Fox be more of a go the route of like a Maria Ford or a Shannon Tweed. I mean, she's usually miscast in a lot of stuff. I thought it was kind of funny in Rogue just because it was so dumb. She looks like she stepped off the runway and she's like this, Marine. It was stupid, but I don't know. That one made me laugh. The good thing I can say here, she's not as miscast. They don't have her like hand to hand beating the shit out of these guys. It's outthinking them, and I was okay with that. It's actually a fairly decent.
About her though, that's the problem for me.
I get that she kind of has resting bitch face. She does. She's one of those actresses that just has that. But it's actually a fairly fun thriller. I mean, nothing much to think about in this one. It's all pretty basic stuff, but it's reasonably well made. It doesn't feel like a direct to DVD streaming title. I know this one is playing in theaters in certain places, and
unnecessary.
Kind of makes sense. I would agree. You don't have to go out to see this, but I actually had fun with it. And God agrees. I'm with Dan. I'm surprised. Well, no, actually, I'm not. Actually, it makes sense because this was just fun. Nothing that will blow your mind. But
fun seems a little extreme to me, Dan. It's fine.
I even thought you might pop for a couple things.
Again, like what in particular?
Well, the description kind of gives it away with the husband, but was kind of fun. That came out of nowhere.
God says, fun fact: Megan Fox and Devon Sawa are both in Eminem videos.
I would you like it more? You think with a different actress?
I don't think so. I think it's just a story. Because again, it's fine. I could have seen this like on Lifetime, which I'm getting more into because those Lifetime movies are fucking cool. but like for this being a big budget and it looks gorgeous. It just falls flat. I don't know.
Yeah, see, this one's I feel like I'm going to become a Megan Fox apologist, and I'm not that big of a fan of hers at all. But I had a good enough time with this. It's also a lot gorier. When you say Lifetime, there's a lot of shit in this that you're not going to see on Lifetime in terms of the
Lifetime
gore.
Uncut. How about that?
There you go.
I have one question. Did she show some tit?
No, that I will agree. She kind of. I feel like I deserve
and why the
that.
fuck are you defending this, Dan? You confused the hell out of me, sir.
It was just a fun thriller. Again, my rating, I'm not saying you must see this. You have to run out and see this. I actually think this looks a lot. I think this is going to be a lot better because that sex trafficking one looks like a direct-to-video Bruce Willis movie. I mean, that's what that one looks like.
I kind of get where you're coming from, though, Dan, because I think you were expecting dog shit like me.
Yeah,
and the fact that it's not dog shit made it be like, hey, this was kind of fun.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, it delivered exactly what I would expect out of it. The cat and mouse stuff I thought was fun. It was suspenseful in parts.
I'll tell you right now, if they would have did stuck with the ending that they teased, I may be happier. I might have been happier with it.
Yeah, they could have gone a different route with the ending, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know. I had a good time with it. Would I put if I were in a perfect world, would I have another actress in the role? Sure. Megan Fox is not a very good actress. She belongs. Like I said, if it were 20 years ago, she would be like a Maria Ford type, doing those types of films. And I love Maria Ford. I'm not trying to compare, but she would be in Strip Teaser and stuff like that we would be more inclined to want to watch Megan Fox in. But let me put it this way. It might be the best Megan Fox movie I've ever seen. That's not saying a whole lot, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Hands down.
She was in one of those?
Yep. The recent one with Stephen Amell when he was Casey Jones.
Oh, okay.
And the fucking Turtle Man grows
was she
arms
April?
and does... Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know that, so my bad. I thought maybe she was like a little kid in one of the earlier ones or something. Todd, I probably enjoyed this, I enjoyed this more than Jennifer's Body. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you by, yeah.
That's fine. Well, why don't we rate this fucking thing and move on?
Yes. All right, let's go ahead and rate it.
You go first, Dan.
I thought it was well above average. I'm a 3.5. It doesn't do anything spectacular, but does everything right for the most part that I'd want out of this. What say you?
Well, I'm happy for you. It's a 2 for me. I'm good. And Todd God said 3 out of 5 stars.
There you go. There you go. Who'd have thought Megan Fox movie would get a decent review for me? All right.
Creating on a curve. I'm telling you.
It's better than Jennifer's Body. I had very different expectations. Now, I will say I know more people have been coming out and saying that they think that's underrated, and I haven't watched it in a long time.
That's what they say. I'm not the right age or the right gender for that, but
that wasn't what I wanted either. Again. So, Megan, strip teaser, do a remake. That's where you're going, and that's cool. All right, so our next film.
God says, I just watched it for the first time last year. Jennifer's Body. What did you rate it, God?
Yeah, what would be your rating of Jennifer's Body? Because I gotta think it's fairly low.
I've only seen it once, and it's been a long time.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, God gave it a 4 out of 5.
Oh,
wow.
Shit.
Huh?
Maybe we need to revisit that. That one is one I'll be willing to actually watch.
Yeah, I'm willing to rewatch it too. I know people had insane expectations because
Juno.
She was coming off Juno, so it's like, oh, this is gonna be. And I don't think it was.
And she kept name dropping fucking Evil Dead 2, and she was winning everybody over.
Yeah, big mistake. Evil Dead 2 in particular is a movie that you will see them reference that on the back of so many DVDs and it does it no favors. Don't do that, guys. You're just setting a standard you're not going to hit. All right.
Evil Dead 2. You're good.
Yeah. I mean, I have seen films in the vein of Evil Dead 2 that are fun, but you just shoot yourself in the foot when you compare it to being the next Evil Dead 2. I would have taken the next Species 2, and I would have liked Jennifer's Body better. But we'll see. We'll revisit it, because I would not expect Todd to give that a 4 out of 5. All right. Moving on to our next film, which is from director Josh Rubin, and this is Werewolves Within. So in Werewolves Within, when a killer terrorized the snowed-in residents of a small town, it falls to the new forest ranger to find out who or what lurks among them in this hilarious horror whodunnit. All right, Kruger.
Based on a video game, which I have never heard of a fucking video game.
I've not. Yeah, I mean,
I've seen sense. Like a trailer.
Is it like a computer game, or
no? I think it's on PS4. I'm not sure. I've seen it. I've seen like just a trailer for it. I mean, it's a Ubisoft game, so it probably is on consoles.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't feel like a video game movie at all.
Yeah, no. Not really. All right, so fuck it. I'll go first. I think this cast was really good. A lot of familiar faces, and the acting was also pretty well done. Nice to see the T-Mobile girl for some reason in this fucking movie, but I'm all for her. The characters were over the top and kind of funny in their own quirky ways. That being said, though, a lot of the comedy didn't work for me after the second half of the film. I felt like it kind of fizzled out after the first 45 minutes or so. And from there, I just found myself laughing less and less. The story, it starts off pretty fun, especially when we're learning about each character in the town. And, then we get this whodunit storyline going on. But by the end, I was kind of left really unsatisfied with what we got. There's some twists that are decently done, but I want something more in the final conflict. And it's probably because it built to all this one scene where it had this practical makeup I didn't care for at all. And overall, I mean, it's an above average film, but I just didn't really love it. I think it could have been a lot better in more than one area. And I don't think I ever need to rewatch this or anything ever again. But it does have some decent kills, so it does have that going for it. And like I said, it's above average, but not for me all the way, at least.
Okay. How about you, Pugs?
I actually quite enjoyed this one a lot. I will agree with Kruger, though, because all the build up for a certain turn, and it looks fucking like an over-the-counter makeup kit that was bought to finish this thing up. I was like, this part is a letdown. But everything to get there, I enjoyed everybody. Sam Richards, he's one of my favorite funny men at the moment. He was in Veep. He was in the Tomorrow War, which we're going to get into in a little bit.
Yeah.
That dude is hilarious. I ran into him at a parking lot one time, and he was funny as fuck there, too. Yeah, I just found it funny, and the comedy of errors.
Rewind, because I do want to hear. Maybe there's nothing more to it, but where'd you meet him in the parking lot?
We were coming out the theater of watching one of the Spider-Man movies. I don't remember if it was the last one or the one before, and he had a broken leg at the time, and I was like, "Oh, what happened?" And he heard it at the gym or whatever, and then I told him my favorite line from Veep is about 9/11, how you never forget. And he's like, "Oh shit, I forgot." Fucking killed me. But yeah, he's a real nice guy. But the movie, he's my favorite part of the whole thing for a damn good reason. He's just a gem. T-Mobile girl, 2 thumbs up, way up. Bravo to you.
Keep making quality, and we'll know your name. But until now, you're still a T-Mobile girl. We don't want you to get an ego, so we're just going to call you T-Mobile girl.
That's right. But the whole cast, and the comedy of errors and everything that rolls off, it tickled me in the right places. It's not like the best movie I've ever seen, but I did have a smile, and I saw it twice actually, just to make sure. So I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I think we're pretty close on this one. There's something about eccentric towny movies for me. Like I like that formula.
I like eccentric because I was trying not to say hipster, even though it has a little bit of hipster comedy in it, but eccentric is good.
Yeah, just something about really remote small towns and the quirky people that you meet. I mean, that was a failed project that I was going to do a documentary, different obviously, but so I don't know, I just always have had that in my head. I enjoy small town kind of settings like this, and I thought everybody all the actors were really, really funny. Sam Richardson, I agree. I've enjoyed him in everything I've seen him in recently. I never watched Veep, and I know I need to.
You need to. It is the best. I can't decide which is funnier, that or Curb Your Enthusiasm. I go back and forth.
I get so many recommendations for it, so I will have to get Veep. Kind of appeals to me a little more than The Office, so that's the other one.
God is Tied.
Okay, so definitely, I think that aspect. The werewolf stuff is nothing special, and it's fairly limited because the werewolf stuff is kept kind of to the shadows until towards the end, and at that point, it's just kind of like, I mean, it doesn't do anything particularly horrible. It's just werewolf movies are so for so many years now, decades now, are judged by the transformation scene. Sometimes that's not always fair, depending on the type of film it is. But yeah, certainly you're not getting any American Werewolf in London, kind of.
It's not even that, just the design. It should have looked way better.
Yeah,
I love Wolfman. So but there's a way to do it where it doesn't look like I bought it at CVS or Walmart, and this is a professional fucking thing. Like, you could do better than that. It doesn't look like bad. Like I could do I probably could do a little better, but it doesn't look like super terrible. It's just like all that build up for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was expecting a lot more, and you can kind of figure out with this one, it's probably just the amount of movies we watch. You can kind of figure out
for sure,
the who and the whodunit, but I was still good. I like, kind of like I said, if I could compare it like the Knives Out sort of thing, like who's doing this
movie sucks. You're all tripping.
Portion. If it had ended a little stronger, this is another one that could have been raised up, and unfortunately it did not. But I cared enough, and I liked the characters enough that I was along for the ride, and I had a reasonably good time. I would definitely hang out in Beaverton for sure. And I do like the noise, the name.
Between Beaverton and Snow Hollow, though, I'm definitely going Snow Hollow.
Yeah, that's what that's the one thing I forgot to say. I felt like that movie we reviewed, I think back in December, The Wolf of Snow Hollow. I thought that accomplished everything that this kind of wanted to do, right? And I thought the comedy was better in there, probably because it was more dark comedy, and that's just I just have a certain preference when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, Wolf of Snow Hollow is more unique.
Yeah,
I didn't love that one quite as much as you guys, from what I remember, but it is more unique. But hey. I had fun. I give this one a 3. It could have gone much higher if it had ended with a little more pizzazz. It didn't, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see more from these characters. It's possible. And
God says 3.5 out of 5. He enjoyed it.
There you go. What say you, Pugs?
I am a 4. I actually really liked it, even with the dud ending. I like Sam. So, what you?
I'm actually a 3 out of 5 as well. Because it was getting me at some times, and like I said, there are some solid kills. It's just I wanted a lot more than what I got in the end. But 3 out of 5, definitely above average though, and I can see why people like it. Just not my type of comedy. In the beginning I was in, but then I felt it fizzle out towards the middle of the movie, and I'm like, all right, this isn't funny anymore for me. But yeah,
so, fantastic cast though. Did a great job on that.
Yeah, more from T-Mobile Girl.
T-Mobile Girl, yes. Give us one more decent film, and you will get to have a name. All right, maybe. We'll see. If you fuck it up, you're just always going to be T-Mobile Girls.
So. I don't know. There's one thing she can do to definitely get a name.
Yeah.
All right. So our next film is, the big Amazon Prime 4th of July event, and that is The Tomorrow War from director Chris McKay. And this one follows a family man played by Chris Pratt is drafted to fight in a future war where the fate of humanity relies on his ability to confront the past. All right, so Pugs, you've watched this several times, so it makes sense to go first.
I watched it 3 fucking times, and I could not believe, the first time I saw it, I'm like, there's no way I liked it this much. Then I messaged you guys. We do our best here not to reveal our opinions on the show until we get to showtime. I couldn't help it. I was like, guys, I think this movie's great. And I'm telling you right now, I think it's great. Is it original? Absolutely not. But it does the Tarantino thing where it borrows every fucking cool idea and they fit into this world. Fucking love it. We have aliens, Starship Troopers, The Thing. And the movie is filled with fucking heart. The father relationship, the father's relationship, the daughters, like the whole fucking family dynamic. There's one line, I think it's in the trailer, so I'm just gonna say it. It's if I have to save the whole world to save my daughter, then that's what I'll do. I'm like, oh my god, I just want you to win everything. And the fact that Chris Pratt is not like Rambo in his prime, he does struggle. He is just trying to keep people alive. I fucking love it. However, his dad, maybe 25 years ago, motherfuckers didn't stand a chance. The White Spikes. Take my money. I'm waiting for those figures. They're fucking awesome. We'll talk about the possible sequels later. I'm excited for those. There's one scene where I don't want to give spoilers away. We'll do that in the spoiler section. But I'm like, we're fucked. This is super helpless. What the hell are we gonna do? And then they pull the old fucking Twilight Zone John Landis, and I started cheering. So fuck yeah to this movie. This movie rules. I don't see how anyone can not like this, being in like my age and watching Independence Day like for the first time. Like this took me back. So I absolutely enjoyed this movie. It's dumb in all the right spots, and it's awesome in all the right spots. I love it. What about you, Kruger?
All right, so definitely had a great soundtrack. The acting was great all around, but Betty Giplin, Chris Pratt, and J.K. Simmons killed it with their performances for sure. The characters were solid, but not necessarily anything original or typical out of your typical alien invasion flick. The story was pretty interesting though. The best way for me, like how I felt, was Independence Day, aliens, the time travel plot from Terminator, and a sprinkle of The Thing on top, and stick it in the blender, and that's what you get with Tomorrow War. And I found that entertaining as hell. The movie is over 2 hours long, and it never really dragged for me, and it's super fast paced. And like it has so much great action that leads up to a really satisfying ending for me. The aliens we get, the White Spikes, that's where like the Thing vibes start coming in. Like I love their little tentacle sucker things that
fucking terrifying.
Yeah,
when they first come on screen.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like have a super menacing look to them, and I just love the design. It was great, and they're also they're done with CGI, but the CGI all around in this movie is really fucking impressive. That being said, though, this could have totally got elevated if they would have threw in a couple practical effects here and there. That would have been nice, but the CGI was good, so no complaints. And also the kills we get in this movie, like we get some really badass shit we see with these aliens getting chopped the fuck up and chunks blown everywhere. I was surprised with how violent it got. And overall, I think this is, a goddamn fun popcorn movie. I don't think necessarily it's on the same level as like alien invasion masterpieces like War of the Worlds or Independence Day, but definitely around the same level for like stuff like A Quiet Place, at least for me. I put it like, about there. And I really like those movies a lot. So I'll definitely be watching this again, though. I think I'm going to make it like a 4th of July, tradition to watch this with Independence Day, because that's what I did. That's why I did this 4th and had a great time. So highly recommend it.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't know a whole lot about this going in. I had heard obviously that Paramount was going to be putting this out. Obviously, it's a big summer movie, and then they sold it to Amazon for like $200 million, and I think it was worth the investment. This is a popcorn film, as you would expect. There's nothing terribly deep, but one thing that I loved about this movie, because recently we've had so many films that are like trying to hammer some social message, some political message into it, and this doesn't. This is just good fun.
It's there, dude.
Well, it is, but I'm not. Well, it has a good message in terms of family and all of that.
Climate change.
But it doesn't beat you over the head. You know what I mean? Like it's not with a hammer like we've had recently. It's just a good summer fun popcorn flick. Are there things that you could pick at for sure? I actually do think it was a little bit longer than it needed to be, but where it counts, this movie delivers. The creatures are actually fantastic. Some of the cooler looking creatures I've seen in a film in quite a while. The action portions, I had a really good time. I think they got the most out of the PG-13 rating that they could, because there were scenes,
definitely.
Yeah, where like bodies were being ripped apart, and
well, it helps too that like the blood is green instead.
Yeah,
sure, yes, that helps you get away with a little bit more. But I thought it was very like I felt like I was there with them, especially just like this mix of all kinds of like just diverse people who just have to go and like fight a goddamn war. You know,
God says this is what ID4 2 should have been. The scene on the beach is heartbreaking as a parent. I fucking knew it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I agree. Like Independence Day 2 is fucking
garbage.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I almost watched it before this, but I said fuck it, I'll skip it.
Don't do it. You don't
they wait. Yeah, they waited too long, and that movie was just shit. But
and we all know how I feel about Will Smith. Smartest movies ever done is like, no, I'm not doing that. Okay.
Yeah, he was very smart not to do that one. I really like Chris Pratt. Again, there's other than Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, Passengers, I enjoyed him in that.
Jurassic fucking Park.
Yeah, yes.
Jurassic World movies.
He is sort of the
3D. God says it's in 3D and I have it. I'm pretty sure he's talking about ID4 too.
Oh.
Yes.
And I think dinosaurs would be a hell of a lot easier than fighting these fucking white spikes.
No, for sure.
They managed some pretty solid tension too in this. When they first kind of arrive and you're seeing them kind of in the distance.
That's where I was like, when they first come on screen, they're fucking terrifying. When it comes, I don't want to ruin the whole thing, but when it comes to light and he does that like a rabid cat or dog.
Yeah, it's freaky. And it did at times make me feel like I was watching Aliens. It's not that level. I don't want to get people too excited.
Oh no, they took scenes.
They definitely do take scenes.
They even take shit from Waterworld and World War Z. It's fucking rad.
And Sam Richardson also really good in this. He's a great comic relief guy.
One of the most realistic responses to shooting a monster I've ever seen. The shit. That's like RoboCop going, fuck me.
But yeah, I don't know. It was just refreshing. And in terms, I've watched a lot of big budget sort of sci-fi films like this recently that might cost like $200+ million. And it just feels like, oh, I've seen this before. It's just a polished turd. This, I was pleasantly surprised. I will say also on the science fiction side, there's certain things you could kind of pick out with the time travel aspect, but in fairness, you can do that with anything that tackles time travel. So
you know what's excellent about that too, because they spoon feed us the information without it feeling like without me feeling like I was spoon fed. I'm like, you dumbed it down just enough. Fuck yeah, keep going.
Yeah. I really don't have any major complaints about this one. I had a good time. The action portions were top notch. It felt epic in a way that a lot of similar films have failed. I was actually surprised how much I like this. I wasn't particularly excited going in. I just thought, it'll be whatever. And it actually really impressed me.
So you get where I'm coming from, because I could not believe. I'm like, there's no way.
Well, I've only watched it once, but yes.
But still, that first feeling, I'm like, there's no fucking way it was that good. I had that good of a time. Let me try again. And
Oh yeah. So yeah, well, let's go ahead and rate it. Well, Pugs, I don't think there's any shock with you. So what say you?
That's an easy 5. If I can go higher, I would, because it gets all the right marks. And Chris McKay, he directed the Lego movie, and most importantly, the Lego Batman movie. So that guy rules. God says 5 out of 5. I wish I was able to see it theatrically. I agree.
Did it play on any screens, or did they keep this? Okay.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, for that price, I figured it was probably smart to keep it strictly on Prime. I am 4 out of 5. I really like this one a lot. It delivers. If you think you'll have a good time with this, you will. It's just, if you like the premise, it'll deliver for you. How about you, Kruger?
Yeah, I'm a 4 out of 5 too. With I hope for sequels, maybe a fucking video game, and definitely goddamn figures of the White Spikes.
Take my fucking money.
Yep. I want J.K. Simmons to be his character from Oz and just be like branding the bugs and shit.
Dude, that motherfucker is jacked as fuck. I wouldn't fuck with him.
He's got to be 70. I mean, at least
there's nothing scarier than a fucking jacked old man, because they have already gone through shit and they survived this long and they're still looking like that. He will fuck you up.
Yeah, I would not mind seeing even more from him in a future. I don't know what they would do exactly with the sequel. It doesn't.
We can fantasy book because, well, yes and no. I say yes. Well, we'll get into that after spoilers.
Yeah. All right. So, without further ado, we will get into our spoiler section.
Yeah. God says, we'll give him back then. Rest in peace.
Fuck Richard. You, God.
Rest in peace, Richard Donner.
Yes.
And that does suck.
Didn't get to direct his last Lethal Weapon, although I think he was working on it. I'm not sure where that project is right now, but I'm sure his influence will be felt on the final product. All right. So without further ado, we're going to get into spoilers now. If you don't wish for it to be spoiled, now would be the time to bow out and come back in once you've watched the films. All right, guys, you have been warned. What do you want to tackle first? Do you want to just keep with the momentum of Tomorrow War?
Yeah.
All right.
Are we? Well, let's do the fucking possible sequel. All right. So the people or the things that were flying the plane, those lizard people looking motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Now that ship has melted, their race can come check on, like, hey, what did you do with that weapon? Those animals we fucking released. Because that also was a hint. I'm like, these things aren't smart enough to fly a fucking spacecraft.
Yeah.
Someone is controlling this, or it's like the Predator and Xenomorphs when they go and release it on the thing to go hunt or conquer it.
Yeah, so, that's what I took from it. Was they were like the cleaning crew, basically.
So what we can get is Hannah McKay from Dexter coming back to the present and help them do some shit. I don't know. There's a story there. I can crack it if I needed to, but I trust these people. I just want to see more of the fucking White Spikes. And the fact that was just a female, not a queen, like, we need royalty monsters. I want to see what those fuckers look like and how scary those would be. But for spoilers, so the part I was talking about when I'm like, this is hopeless, we would be totally fucked, is when after they pull the female in the cage and those White Spikes glide like fucking gargoyles and flying squirrels into the helicopter. I was like, we are totally fucked. And then they do the fucking John Landis maneuver and they just chop their fucking heads off with the helicopter thing. I started cheering, dude, like, no bullshit. I was like, yes. And I always root for the bad guy, but I just want Chris Pratt and his daughter to be okay.
Yeah.
I loved it. Fucking loved it.
Landis turned down a cameo. And then, I don't know why. Yeah, no, the action sequences in this were admittedly impressive.
Did anybody else go like, dude, what are you doing, when he dived after his daughter? It's like, I know you're like 2 seconds away, but dude, she told you to do one thing and you can't do that one thing. Like, no wonder you left your fucking future daughter. Like, you got PTSD.
She's gonna be unmade anyways. Again, that's where you get into the time travel stuff, and it's like, well, wait, how would that?
It creates a new stream or something. I don't know, but
yeah,
like, I did like the fact that they explained it with the rafts, and then like, yeah, so why can't there be two? Like, well, because it's all going the same way, and and they had to make that real fucking fast. So that's also going to be a plot point in the sequel. Like, we're going to build another one of those blue things.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if the fact that this didn't have a chance to be in theaters and make, $1 billion, if that hurts the chances of a sequel. I don't know.
With Amazon money, no. I think if it has enough views, I think it'll do it. And if Chris Pratt's willing to come back. But if not, Hannah McKay from Dexter, the daughter, the older daughter. Let it be her story.
There you go. There you go. Any other spoilers on this one?
No.
All right. What do you guys?
Those white spikes are fucking rad.
Yeah,
they are. They make some cool figures, actually.
Yeah, dude, like their heads and shit. Like I like it. They have like almost like a bone-like structure, and yeah, they look menacing as fuck.
The white and the red, like the red brings that shit out. It looks scary as fuck.
Well, yeah, and they're probably like the coolest aliens we've gotten in a movie, and fuck, I don't know how long. Like, I like they definitely beat the shit out of the stuff that we get in The Quiet Place.
Yeah, I would agree. Actually, I do think there was just something a little bit different about them that I liked quite a bit.
It's the fucking tentacles.
Yeah,
and they shoot fucking spikes like that. Yeah, they're just terrifying, and they shoot them fucking hard.
Yeah,
yeah, great shit.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's do Hunter x Hunter next. Why not? We talked a lot about the ending for that one.
Yeah, I'll fucking let me just tag in here real quick. So like I want to just talk about like the first shot we get with the wolf. Like I love how like it's fucking gnawing on the hand. Joseph's like, oh fuck, like this is definitely not just a fucking wolf out here, and you realize that too. And then it ending up being a fucking serial killer. Like I thought that was so cool because I wasn't expecting that at all when I first watched this. And then, the killer being the guy that the mom took in from the woods that was injured was, I thought, like a solid twist. It's a little bit more predictable on your second viewing. But the first time I watched it caught me off guard. And, like, this time I realized, like, that kind of proved Joseph was right about people and, like, how, and then, fucking Anne's good-natured ways in the end ends up getting her fucking daughter killed. So, I mean, that kind of proved that, he
amongst other things, at least in my brain.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that proved that he was right. And, like, yeah, the final fucking act, first off, and, getting the fucking killer with the bear trap, like, that was fucking awesome. And then fucking she finds her daughter and she just completely loses her fucking shit, ties this motherfucker up, and skins him like a fucking deer. And like, dude, she fucking rips his motherfucking face off like she's Leatherface, and like the way she just
like, I think even do the audio. It was just like, oh shit.
I love the song playing too. That was rad as hell. But like, she comes out there, drops the fucking face on the ground, and then you see this motherfucker is like completely skinned, like from his chest down, and his fucking teeth are all bugging out of his fucking head, and one of his eyeballs is popping out. Like, what an amazing practical effect. I mean, that was a fucking fantastic way to end this movie.
Put me on the jury.
Yeah.
He killed her daughter. Why are we wasting our time? Money.
That's why I think they're just like, yeah, cool.
Well, and he had a high body count. Like I counted like maybe like 10 bodies in that motherfucking woods.
He got some Bundy numbers going up there. Because like he took out a camp party. Good for you, bro.
Yeah, fucking Jason Voorhees, that shit.
It made me laugh a little bit, although I think it was actually kind of cool when he was like doing the thing before she fucking threw the bear trap on him. I mean, I was into this because I really liked the characters. The acting was top notch. But yeah, I agree. This is certainly one that would have just been okay if it didn't have that ending. One hell of an ending. God damn, was it brutal. I've heard from a couple people that they didn't, I don't know, maybe they've skinned people before, but didn't think it was as realistic. But it looked fucking cool to me.
It's a goddamn horror movie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'd pass out from the pain, and I'm not going to deduct points for that because seeing it twitch and move like that made it cooler. So relax, watch a snuff film.
It looked cool. I was going to say, like, it is a creepy comment. It's like, I don't know. Todd, God, you can weigh in.
How accurate is that?
you would certainly go into shock, or if not actually be dead. I think that might actually you'd just be dead, but certainly in shock at that point. But
do people die right away when Leatherface does it? I mean,
that's true. But yeah, just the way it was shot, just the silence, her like walking past, and like drop in the face.
Yeah, it's just like, holy shit, they went like, there's so many fucking movies that won't go there and go that far, and like that for me is like, that's all I fucking wanted. I wanted that one moment that makes this a motherfucking horror movie, and that's what it gave me, and that's why like it still impresses me, like watching it fucking a second time. I had to put it in my collection just for that fucking ending alone.
I don't know, maybe it's just the weirdo in me, but like watching the ending, I want to create like a video where it's like you have her do her thing and come out, and then I just want to like have a shot of like Andy Griffith and Don Knotts reacting to it. Just that.
And fucking Don Knotts struggling to take out his one bullet.
Jesus Christ, Andy. That's a fucking face.
That's the one time Andy loses his shit. What the fuck? I'm just a sheriff.
Otis is like the drunk is in the back of the car puking. Anybody super young is gonna have no fucking idea what we're talking about, but it was a small town cop show. So heartwarming, and it would just be funny. So yeah, absolutely. Powerful ending. Do we have any spoilers on Separation?
Fuck. Oh, other than it was funny to watch that bitch get run the fuck over. I laughed my ass off. I was like, at least they showed it. I was like, and they ran over her fucking head. I was like, yeah, that's what you fucking get, you stupid cunt.
You will never see your child again. And just like, boom.
That's instant karma. And the lady from Handmaid's Tale, like that was telegraphed from the get go. Like you guys are saying, but. I thought she was fine. It's just too bad, like nothing was like shocking or anything. It was just whatever. Again, if it would have been told through the eyes of the little girl, I probably would have cared more. But
yeah, I agree. Till Death, I don't really have any spoilers. I mean, it's a action thriller, but
I was gonna say if they let her die with fucking KG Beast in the frozen lake, my vote would have been a little higher. I'm like, oh, everybody dies. This is great. But then do the thing where she fucking comes out. I'm like, okay, girl power. Good for you, bitches.
Yeah, but they didn't go over the top with that. Like I said, in terms of her, like just kicking the shit out of these guys, where it wouldn't make sense. I mean, she outthought them. They did it the right way. But yeah, I kind of expected. This one is just. In a lot of ways, it is by the numbers, but it delivers exactly what I was looking for out of it. So,
watch Gerald's Game; it's way better, and there's no stupid fucking.
Well, Gerald's Game was a 5 for me, but
yeah, Mike Flanagan for the fucking win, dude. Like he's the shit.
Because that's the first half hour, 40 minutes felt like Gerald's Game, and I'm like, if we continue this route, this could be cool. But I'm like, I don't think Megan Fox can carry it like this. And then we have other people come in and.
This is more of an action thriller, though.
Yeah. I mean, you can't compare it to Gerald's Game if it didn't have some mongoloid motherfucker trying to suck Megan Fox's toes.
Well, you know what? I'm not even gonna go there. I'm like damn uncomfortable. She was cheating on her husband with the black guy.
Nice.
Good for her.
She wanted a bigger dick.
Did we get it? Did we technically have a little side boob? I'm trying to remember. It was nothing to.
I mean, if you're looking for it, sure. It's you can. Yeah, but she can.
I mean, that's what everybody wants to see from Megan Fox. I mean,
I'd like to see it.
She's not a strong actress, but she was okay in this. All right, Werewolves Within. Yeah, pretty obvious. Well, not again.
Everyone killing themselves, or like the whole town murdering each other. That I didn't see that part coming. I was like, oh, the wolves fuck everybody up. Oh, the town's fucking itself up. This is hilarious. That fucking crazy lady that wants to create her own craft store. You straight up blow somebody's head off. I'm like, that's hilarious.
No, that would have been cool with no wolf reveal.
Yeah, me too. Like, honestly, it would have been if we would have had no wolf reveal. And like just would have went with the, everybody's just a crazy motherfucker and this bitch like planned it, the whole fucking thing. I would have been fine with that, but just having that werewolf and I'm like, oh sweet, we're gonna get a girl werewolf too, and then I get the shitty ass fucking spirit makeup fucking practical effect. I mean, you need to go better with that if you're going to call yourself a horror movie. I mean, come on, let's have higher standards than fucking what they gave us there. The only thing that saves it for me is the kills. Like, we got some fun stuff. Like you already said, when that one bitch gets her head blown off, or when the fucking crazy ass lady that's blowing everybody's head off, her head goes, I think, what was it, into a furnace?
Yeah.
So
I even like their little explosion of the town, because they cut to like super far back, and then you go back. This is where you see their budget, because like there's just little fires everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's kind of charming.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they try to do Wolfman Werewolf. I love that. It's just, you got to put a little more effort into that, because it just looks cheap.
Yeah, no, I agree. Nothing. I would have been totally cool. A lot of people that would have bitched. It's like, well, where's the werewolves and the werewolves within? I would have been fine if it was just somebody
I would have too.
Making it look like that or whatever.
The one thing we have to think about too, though, it is based off of a fucking video game. So I mean, it does have to be. I haven't played it, so I don't know how fucking accurate it is to that shit. But
I'm guessing not very.
Yeah, I'm just. If anybody has played the game, please leave a comment and let us know if how accurate it is to the fucking movie. Because
absolutely, absolutely, yes. So I think that's the end of spoilers. Guys, be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment. Commenting on YouTube is very important, and it helps grow the channel. So weigh in with your thoughts on the movies, or if not, just, hey, if you like the show, just leave a great show. That works too. Also, fleshwoundfeatures.com, where we have a link to everything, including our Teespring store, where you can buy official merch from Flesh Wound Horror, Flesh Wound Farce, official movie merch from Christmas Cruelty. Lots of great stuff on there. As those of you on the non-audio portion can see now, some really awesome shirts. So get on that. If you are audio, check it out. You will want to see it. I think they're really cool. Also, patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. It all starts at just $1, and you get exclusive, uncensored content. Kruger has a wrestling video up. I know several of you have asked about that before, so you want to check that out. This is what Kruger considers his worst match. We will also have best match coming too, so that's the only place you will see that. And we also have several exclusives up there that will remain exclusives forever, so check it out. Also, on Facebook, Horror Cartel Flesh Wound Radio Group. On Twitter, follow us at Flesh Wound Radio. And we are on Discord. Check that out, Flesh Wound Features. Twitch, we are on absolutely everything. So check it out.
We are registered. So with that being said, gentlemen, let's get the hell out of here. Dan?
Good night, guys.
Stay sick, motherfuckers.
All right, and thanks for joining us, God. Keep looking after Miro, and I'll see you in Disneyland.